You ever wonder what it's like to be erased? Not forgotten, not ignored, but actively scrubbed from existence? Like some smug god with a red pen just crossed you out of the story? They thought they had the final say. Oh, they didn't just slam a door in your face. They tried to burn the whole damn house down with you still inside. Every connection severed. Every opportunity choked off. Every whisper of your name twisted into some cautionary tale, until people weren't even sure if you were real or just a ghost story parents tell their kids. They thought they were so clever, didn't they? Like architects of a downfall, drawing up blueprints of your ruin with little smirks on their faces. They told themselves the story was over. But here's the joke they forgot to tell. You don't get to erase the author when the ink is in their veins. And baby, your veins are still pumping. They mistook your shadows for submission, for defeat. They didn't see you were a storm cloud, storing lightning in your lungs. They thought they wrote you out, but all they really did was write themselves into a tragedy. Because here comes the judgment with teeth. The universe, scribbling across their neat little script with blood-red ink, crossing out their lies, one thunderclap at a time. You were the ghost they couldn't kill, the reflection they couldn't escape. Every time they turned the lights off on you, they didn't realize you were learning how to glow in the dark. Every slammed door, every fake smile, every poisoned word, they fed you pressure. And pressure doesn't shatter diamonds. It creates them. Now the pressure has shifted, hasn't it? Their masks cracking under the weight of secrets, their smiles twitching when your name slips back into the room they swore you'd never enter. They can't scrub it away anymore. The truth doesn't need permission. It carves itself into the walls with thunder. And you? The real punchline is you're not angry anymore. That's the real gut punch. You're steady. You're awake. You're standing in the rubble they left, unashamed, unshaken, grinning in the lightning like you were built for storms. Because you were. They thought they could erase you, but all they did was reveal you. And now they're about to learn what it feels like when the storm they summoned turns around and calls them by name. You know what's absolutely delicious? Watching the ones who tried to bury you suddenly act like archaeologists, pretending they discovered you. They're choking on their own performance now. All that effort, all those late-night phone calls, where they plotted against you like you were a crime to be solved. And now they're scrambling to explain why their truth is falling apart, like cheap makeup in the rain. They thought justice was some faraway courtroom, a date they could dodge, a sentence they could deny. But real justice ain't a courtroom, it's a mirror, and that mirror is ruthless. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your tears. It just reflects what you are when the curtain drops. And oh, when their curtain drops, the whole theater clears out. No standing ovation, no encore, just the deafening sound of silence so loud it makes their skin itch. They called you unstable. They called you dangerous. They called you broken. But look who's twitching now. Look who's unraveling in plain sight. Because when you've lived through a rasher and came out breathing, their little rumors and lies are playground nonsense to you. But to them, it's fatal. Their reputation is cracking like thin ice. And the best part? You're not even lifting a finger. You're not running a smear campaign. You're not screaming your side from the rooftops. You're just existing. And your existence alone is the storm they can't outrun. That's the comedy of it all. They tried to make you the villain in their little fairy tale, but now the village is starting to ask questions. Wait, who's the real monster here? They painted you in blood, but it's their hands that won't wash clean. They thought they blocked you, but what they really did was corner themselves. Because here's the secret no one told them. When you block someone chosen, you don't stop the blessing. You redirect the thunder. And that thunder, oh, it's here, crashing, tearing down their fragile scaffolding of lies. They built castles out of your ashes, and now those castles are sinking into the mud. And the punchline, my friend, is you don't even care anymore. That indifference, that calm, that terrifying peace, that's what makes them sweat. Because they expected rage, they expected revenge. But what they got was worse. You, rising so far above their petty circus that they can't even reach your shadow. You became untouchable. Not because you fought back, but because you grew back stronger, louder, stranger, unapologetically alive. The same mouths that spit on your name, the same hands that slammed those doors in your face, they're the ones praying nobody rewinds the tape. They laughed at your scars, called your breakdowns entertainment, treated your silence like consent. But look at them now. Every laugh they threw at you is boomeranging back like a brick, smacking them square in their smug little faces. And isn't it poetic? They called you crazy, but they're the ones pacing in empty rooms, whispering excuses to shadows. The funniest part isn't that they tried to erase you. It's that they actually thought people wouldn't notice the eraser marks. Whole chunks of history missing. Conversations that don't add up. Stories stitched together with spit and desperation. They thought they were slick. But baby, even a blind man could hear the cracks forming in their performance. They built a character out of your pain, but they forgot that pain ages like a fine wine. Their lies. Cheap beer left out in the sun. Flat, bitter, embarrassing. They stretched it around, calling you unstable, while they were the ones holding nervous breakdowns together with duct tape and prayer. They said you were bitter while they're out here choking on their own jealousy like it's breakfast. They swore you'd never make it without them. Yet here you are, standing tall, while they're the ones shrinking in corners, hoping nobody sees through the act. And oh, they see it now. Every fake laugh, every phony apology, every pathetic attempt to rewrite the script. It's all unraveling in real time. And what's justice if not humiliation served cold? Because make no mistake, their punishment isn't some grand finale. No, it's death by 1,000 cuts. Whispers that don't go away. Side eyes at the dinner table. Respect leaking out of the room the second they enter. The same mouths they fed, lies too, now spitting their name out like poison. That's karma, with a sense of humor. Watching them walk into rooms they once dominated, only to find the spotlight burnt out and the audience yawning. Meanwhile, you don't even have to throw a punch. You don't have to clap back. You don't have to prove a damn thing. Your existence alone is their exposure. You breathing, you thriving, you laughing. It's like holding a mirror to their crimes. And baby, they can't stand the reflection. That twitch in their smile, that crack in their voice. That's not stress. That's guilt dressed in a cheap disguise. Here's the sick little twist. They wanted you erased, but now you're unforgettable. They wanted you silenced, but now your name's the thunder in their ears. They wanted you buried, but now you're the ghost haunting their sleep, reminding them that storms don't forgive, storms don't forget, and storms, sure as hell, don't take requests. They wanted to erase your chapter, but baby, you became the whole damn book. Their gossip, out of print. Their lies, out of style. Their fake smiles melting like dollar store wax under a blowtorch. And now, they're scrambling, trying to keep their script together while the crowd finally realizes the lead actor is nothing but a fraud in cheap face paint. The truth is embarrassing, and embarrassment is the kind of justice that sticks. You can't wash it off. You can't cover it with perfume. It lingers. And the irony? They told everyone you were the villain. They swore you were poison. But now, they can't figure out why people are slowly backing away from them. The room gets quieter when they speak. The texts don't come back. The smiles don't reach the eyes anymore. They're the cautionary tale now, the punchline, the clown nobody laughs with. Meanwhile, you're just sitting pretty. No bitterness, no begging, no chasing. You don't need to throw fire because the storm is already doing it for you. You've become the silence after the thunder, the kind that makes everyone shift uncomfortably in their seats. Because deep down, they all know the same truth. You didn't just survive. You flipped the script. And nothing terrifies liars more than a survivor who learned how to laugh. So let them squirm. Let them choke. Let them try to spin new tales while the old ones collapse in their throats. You don't even need to say a word. Just smile that dangerous little smile. The one that says, "I warned you. You should have never tried to block a storm." They blocked you like it was some grand chess move. Click, delete, erase. Cute, right? But baby, they weren't playing chess. They were playing Uno with missing cards. Every block was just them stacking up receipts for their own collapse. And now the universe is calling their bluff, flipping the table and shoving those cards down their throat. Reverse. Draw 4. Choke on it. They strutted like gods with the power to cancel you, like little Caesars in their plastic thrones. But what are they now? Nervous wrecks in clearance suits, rehearsing apologies in bathroom mirrors that don't even believe them anymore. They thought they killed your name, but all they did was make it echo louder, meaner, sweeter. Now their own lies are doing laps around them like rabid dogs, chewing on their ankles while they beg for peace. And here's the twisted joke. When you were down, they were the first ones laughing. Oh, how they laughed. Your pain was their Netflix binge. Your scars, their entertainment special. But life's got a nasty sense of humor, doesn't it? Because now they're the punchline. Every time they walk into a room, you can practically hear the whispers. There goes the fraud. There goes the faker. There goes the one who tried to play God and ended up looking like a court jester. Meanwhile, you're the encore they can't cancel. You're the joke they can't top. You're the thunderclap in the middle of their fake sermon. And the more calm you stay, the louder it hits. That calm smile of yours. That's scarier than any revenge plot because it says, "I already won and you're still losing sleep." Let's not sugarcoat it. The storm isn't justice. It's stand up. And you're the headliner tonight, baby. Their downfall? That's the setup. Their lies collapsing. That's the punchline. Their reputation crumbling in slow motion. That's the ovation. And trust me, everybody's watching. You ever notice? The ones who swore you were irrelevant can't stop talking about you? Yeah, irrelevant doesn't echo in their nightmares. They called you crazy, yet they're the ones rehearsing excuses at 3 a.m. like it's karaoke for cowards. They blocked your path, but somehow you're still the headline, and they're just the footnote no one bothers to read. They painted you the villain, but baby, villains get sequels. Fakes get forgotten. Their loyalty was like their Wi-Fi, strongest when nobody else was around and gone the second you needed it. They told people you'd never make it. Cute. Now every time your name pops up, they flinch like someone just read their search history out loud. They swore you were beneath them, but now they're digging trenches, trying to hide from the storm you became. Their whole personality was built on blocking you, and now their entire legacy is buffering, forever stuck on loading. And here's the sweetest one-liner of all. They thought they buried you, but darling, they just gave you soil, and you grew roots deep enough to strangle their little plastic kingdom. Well, isn't it funny? They blocked you like they were kings with crowns made of cardboard, slamming doors like the sound itself could erase your existence. But the joke's on them, because every door they shut just turned into an echo chamber, and the only thing echoing now is your name. They called you irrelevant, yet somehow you're the ghost they can't stop whispering about at 3 a.m. Tell me, how irrelevant do you have to be to live rent-free in the heads of your haters? They wanted you erased, scrubbed, forgotten. But here you are, louder than ever. And what are they? Cowards pacing in circles, rehearsing their lies like karaoke singers who don't know the lyrics. They painted you as the villain, but villains get sequels, baby. Fakes get forgotten. And isn't that the cruelest justice? Watching them fade into a gray little blur while you shine brighter than the scars they mocked. Every block they threw was just another seed in your soil. They thought they buried you, but all they did was plant you. And now your roots are strangling their plastic little kingdom. Every time your name comes up, they flinch like someone read their dirty secrets out loud. That twitch in their smile, that's not nerves. That's the weight of lies collapsing under their own cheap scaffolding. And the irony, it's thick, isn't it? They said you'd never make it without them. Cute. Now every room they walk into has that silence, that stiffness, that question floating in the air. Weren't you the one who tried to block them? The same people who cheered their performance now sit in the back row, arms crossed, unimpressed, because the show's over, darling, and the spotlight has shifted, and you're not even chasing revenge. You're calm, you're steady, you're the storm in human form, walking barefoot across the battlefield with a grin sharp enough to slice through their denials. That calm smile of yours, it's scarier than vengeance, because it says, I already won, and you're still losing sleep. So let them squirm, let them scramble, let them try to patch the cracks in their mask. Everyone sees it now. Their loyalty was always like Wi-Fi, strongest when nobody else was around and gone the second you needed it. Their power was a costume, their legacy just a glitch, buffering into nothing. And You're the glitch they couldn't delete. You're the ending they never wrote. You're the storm they never planned for. And storms don't ask permission. They arrive. Isn't it hilarious? They threw a whole parade when they thought you were done. Balloons, confetti, champagne. Oh, they celebrated your collapse like it was a holiday. But holidays end, darling. And now the hangover's here. They wake up every morning with that pounding in their chest, wondering why the room feels smaller, why the air feels heavier, why every mirror looks like it's smirking at them. They told the world you were crazy, but look around. Who's the one pacing in empty rooms, rehearsing excuses to ghosts? Who's the one gulping down anxiety like it's a morning coffee? Who's the one watching their fake empire sink faster than a paper boat in a thunderstorm? Spoiler alert, it ain't you. They called you bitter, but bitterness doesn't glow. Bitterness doesn't rebuild. Bitterness doesn't walk into rooms with silence, following like thunder. No, that's power. That's clarity. That's the storm they thought they dodged. But baby, storms don't get dodged. They get delivered. And the best part, you don't even have to lift a finger. You don't have to chase them. Don't have to argue. Don't have to prove a thing. Just existing is enough. You breathing is enough. You laughing is enough. Because every laugh of yours is a knife in their throat, reminding them that you're not broken, you're upgraded. Meanwhile, their whole personality is buffering, spinning, glitching out like a busted computer stuck on a blue screen of shame. Oh, and let's not forget, these are the same people who thought blocking you was power. Huh? Blocking you was the only achievement they'll ever have. Their legacy is basically, congratulations, you failed to stop someone unstoppable. Put that on a tombstone and bury it next to their reputation. Now the whispers have turned. People don't ask about your scars anymore. They ask about theirs. They don't wonder if you'll ever rise. They wonder how the hell you survived everything they threw and still came out laughing. And the truth, that's the part that eats them alive. Because you didn't just survive, you thrived. And they'll never live that down. So sit back, smirk, let the thunder do the talking. Because the storm isn't coming, sweetheart. It's already here. And the punchline, they are the debris. Oh, look at them now. The same people who thought blocking you made them untouchable are twitching like junkyard dogs hearing thunder. They strutted around like kings of the world. But kings don't block peasants. Kings don't even notice them. And yet here they were pulling out their little block buttons like pistols, thinking they'd shot down destiny. Joke's on them. You can't kill a storm with a click. You just piss it off. They said you were unstable. But let's talk about them. They're out here duct taping their image together, smiling so hard their gums are screaming, guzzling wine at night just to drown out the echo of your name. And that's the comedy. These clowns tried to bury you, but they buried themselves alive, 6 feet under in guilt, shame, and bad lies. Can we get a shovel, folks? No, scratch that. Let's just leave them down there. They've gotten comfortable. They laughed at your pain like it was a sitcom. Oh, how they chuckled when you broke down. But baby, you healed. And you healing? That's their apocalypse. Every breath you take is like a horror movie soundtrack in their skull. Every smile you crack is like thunder ripping through their excuses. You're not even trying to haunt them. You just are, and that's what's funny. You became the ghost they can't exorcise, the storm they can't outdrive, the mirror they can't break without bleeding. And tell me this, if you're so irrelevant, why do they flinch every time your name slips out in conversation? Why do their eyes dart around like fugitives, when the truth gets too close. Because deep down, they know. They didn't block you, they built you. Every slammed door was weight on the bar, and now you're walking around flexing muscles they can't compete with. They thought they wrote you out of the story, but history has a sixth sense of humor. Now their chapter ends with your name spray-painted across the ruins. And the world isn't asking what you did wrong. They're asking why they were so obsessed with stopping you. That's the humiliation money can't wash off. That's the punchline they'll choke on till their last breath. And isn't it rich? These self-proclaimed gods of gatekeeping can't even keep their own lives from falling apart. They thought blocking you was power. But look at them now. Blocking creditors, blocking consequences, blocking reality. Their entire life is one big access denied sign. And the system error is flashing on their forehead, not yours. They said you were dangerous. Damn right you were. Dangerous because you didn't play along. Dangerous because you didn't kiss the ring on their fake thrones. Dangerous because while they were busy dragging your name through the mud, you learned how to plant seeds in it. Now you're sprouting forests while they're coughing on dust. And forests don't ask permission. They just grow, roots cracking their foundations, vines wrapping around their lies, leaves whispering your name in winds they can't silence. Oh, and the faces they make now, priceless. That fake calm smile twitching like a busted neon sign. That nervous laugh when someone brings up your name at dinner. That sudden change of subject when the truth circles too close. It's comedy, baby. They used to laugh at you. Now the world is laughing at them. And it's a different kind of laugh. The kind that burns. The kind that echoes. The kind that makes their skin crawl. They thought they broke you. Cute. But you don't break storms. You don't block hurricanes. You don't silence thunder. You don't erase lightning. You can hide under a desk all you want. But when the sky splits open, it doesn't check your schedule. It just comes, and you became the sky. You became the lightning. You became the thing they told everyone didn't exist. Justice with a grin and chaos in its pockets. Now they're out here scrambling for sympathy, trying to rebrand themselves as the victim. But the performance doesn't sell anymore. People can smell the guilt on them. It seeps through their words, through their fake calm, through their desperate I'm fine smiles. And the world's not buying tickets to their show anymore. The audience left, curtains closed, spotlights dead. The only thing still playing is the laugh track, and it's yours.